Glad to have you with us in the studio. I'm Reese Davis, bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Think of these names: Osi Umenyiora, DeMarcus Ware, T.Y. Hilton. All of them, before becoming pros, starred in the Sun Belt. The Sun Belt might be one of the best-kept secrets in college football. Time to let you in on the secret. Thanks for joining us here on the NCAA College Football pregame show. Now let's send it out to Brad and Kirk for all the action. We'll see you at the half.
Down to the coin toss now. It's brought to you by Coke Zero. Real Coca-Cola taste and 0 calories. Enjoy everything. We'll see how this game plays out as they get ready for the opening kickoff. He sends this one deep. Well, the crowd has been waiting for him all day. Watkins' big playability about to be on display in front of the home crowd here. He's set to take his first snap as he brings the offense out, Kurt.
And, Brad, this kid's reputation precedes him. The entire offense is designed around him. As his performance goes, so will his team. So let's see what he can do in front of this big crowd. Just a complete leader.
And now he's going to run. They'll bring him down at the 37. Watkins has been having a remarkable season. Herbie, we saw him break that record last game. Right now, he's got to not let that go to his head because the guys on the other sideline would like nothing more than make him forget all about it. Almost intercepted.
Great effort here by the big man getting his hands on the ball, but it would have been even more impressive if he'd hung on to it.
2nd and 10. Ball on their own 37. And he just gets rid of it.
You know, when you feel pressure like that, the worst thing you want to do is just to throw the ball into coverage. He got away with one right there. He's very fortunate. Next time, he should just throw it away out of bounds.
Mike 3. Combo. Send some support. Motion.
Tries to fit it in there, and it'll be intercepted. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. And down he goes at the 25.
That was perfect coverage against a pretty good route. He was all over that pass.
From the 25-yard line, it's first down. Down at the 23-yard line. And he didn't have much of a chance on that play.
Boy, this defense has a lot of speed. They're all over him by the time he caught the ball.
Lets it fly. They knock it down. Incomplete.
Well-designed route, but tip your cap to the safety for making a real heads-up play with the deflection.
3rd down, and they need to get it to the 15. And he's taken down at the 19-yard line. Makes the catch, but just not enough for the first.
Yeah, they're going to come up a little bit short here. Nice job by the defense of preventing this completion from turning into a first down.
This to try to put his team up by a field goal. He gets it up, and it's good. Reese Davis joins us in the studio with this update. Reese?
The Bulldogs enter today's game ranked 9th in the country and with an opportunity to move even higher. This was a tight one to the very end. The Bulldogs top it off with a 7-point win. Meanwhile, the Utes entered the day ranked number 15. That loss will now damage their position in the polls. This game was tighter than spandex on a sumo wrestler. The Wildcats prevail by a deuce.
Reese, 3-0 here. Woods is lined up to kick this one off. And he got all of this one. Great kick. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. The Owls are right where they want to be early in this one, partner.
Well, this is what their coach talked about, getting off to a great start. The defense did their job, and it's nice to see the offense move the ball down the field and also get some points on the board.
And while they are behind, they know they can knot things up in a heartbeat. It's way too early to change your game plan. And he's tackled around the 27-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 2 yards. That makes it 2nd and 8.
McQueen, the ball carrier. He's to the 40. He's taken down around the 43-yard line.
There's nothing more effective that a team can do offensively than to pound the ball right at the defense, trying to wear them down.
And he is drilled at the 43-yard line.
No gain on the play.
Man left, man left.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
3 down. Mike 3, Mike 3. Combo.
Stays in bounds to make a nice catch. And a nice pickup there.
I'll tell you what, the defense gambled a bit here and came with the blitz, and the quarterback showed tremendous poise by making a good read and delivered a nice ball to the open man.
Quick pass, and they make the stop at the 41-yard line. A flag came out after the ball was thrown.
Personal foul,
Let's see what this is.
roughing the passer, defense.
This was just an unnecessary hit. He should have been disciplined for a play like that.
From the 26-yard line. First down.
3 down. Mike 3. Mike 3.
Pulls it in, and he's in the open field. And they push him out around the 18-yard line.
8 yards. That makes it 2nd and 2.
3 down. Mike 3. Combo.
He's tackled at the 6-yard line. They got to the quarterback a little late there.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
And the defense gives up some free yards to the offense.
You know, penalties can ruin a team's chances to win if they commit too many.
It's first down, and they'll be looking for 6 points here. Tries to get out of trouble, but he can't shake the defense.
I think that one's on the offensive line. They've got to do a better job of holding their blocks, or else this quarterback's going to be pulling turf out of his face mask all game.
From the 6-yard line, it's second down.
3 down. Mike 3.
And he gets the touchdown. They had a mismatch and exploited it for the score.
Yep, you're right. The tight end had that one all the way, and there wasn't much the defense could do.
He makes the PAT. A 7-play, 58-yard drive. And a touchdown's a result.
You know, Brad, a lot of times you have to watch practice and watch a 7-on-7 drill to not see the ball touch the ground. This time, they went the entire length of the field. The ball never touched the ground. Great execution by the quarterback and the receiver.
So the score now, 7-3. You never like to have to play from behind, but a deficit this manageable shouldn't be in the front of their minds. They just need to go out there and play. Pulls down the catch, and he's got room here. He gets hit out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
I think he was going to go to his tight end the whole way, but the defense didn't expect it. Sometimes those big guys can fool defenders into thinking they're blocking.
Gets it out, and he's met immediately. That's a loss of about 5.
Well, that play was sort of out of sync from the start, but you have to also recognize that the defense made a great play. They read it from the get-go.
Second down, and they've got 15 for the first down. Ball on the 32-yard line. They go counter right. Good outside run there.
On the run. That's a gain of 5 on the play. That brings up 3rd and 10.
Got a man, but he's tackled back behind the line of scrimmage. That's a 2-yard loss.
Pretty good stand there. They weren't fooled at all by the offensive play call.
Fountain is waiting for the snap. And he makes it out to about the 37-yard line.
I think this defense right now needs somebody to try to lift up their spirits. They seem to really be just out there kind of going through the motions. And I think the last time they were out there where they gave up such a long drive has had an impact and an effect negatively on the psyche of this defense.
Watkins gains about 5 yards on the scramble out of the pocket.
2nd and 5.
Tackle made around the 50-yard line.
Gain of 8 on the play. First down.
Man left. 3 down. Mike 3. Mike 3.
Wants to throw outside. They can't connect. Incomplete.
Tate was the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 50-yard line.
3 down. Mike 3. Mike 3. Combo.
Catches it, and that's all.
Makes the reception. Hicks brings him down to the 45-yard line. That'll make it 3rd and 5.
3 down. 0, Mike 3.
Tackle around the 37-yard line.
That is money in the bank. And sometimes you just can't stop a good combination.
3 down. Mike 3. Mike 3.
Sets up a screen, incomplete.
You know, sometimes the toughest throws to make for a quarterback is when he has a wide receiver wide open, and everybody in the stands is saying, throw it, and you aim the football instead of just getting back in rhythm, stepping, and throwing. And that time, he aimed the ball, and it was incomplete.
Tackled after a decent pickup. This one might be coming back,
Personal
folks.
foul.
Let's check out the penalty.
Offense.
So they'll move back after that
Still second
costly
down.
penalty, and they'll have to try to get that yardage back here. Now it's 2nd and long after the penalty.
3 down. 0, Mike 3.
Got an opening. Gets out to around the 38.
Makes the tackle. Call it a gain of 9 yards. That makes it 3rd and 11.
3 down. Mike 3. Mike 3.
He sails it long. And it's intercepted. And who else? It's the freshman safety. And he tackles him hard at the 3-yard line. He just jumped up and snatched that ball.
Well, there, I don't think the quarterback even saw him. The defender went up into the air and made a great catch.
First down. Got to be careful down here deep in your own territory. And he's level at the 3.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Concentration lapse right there. The coaches will be giving them an earful for it, too.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 18. And they get nice yardage on that run. Raymond comes away with 5 yards on the carry.
That brings up 2nd and 5.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, 4 down. Hey, check right, check right. 5. Ready, check, green 90.
Finds his receiver, and that's a first down. And he hits him hard at the 32.
That's good for a gain of 9 yards. First down.
Double tight, double tight. 4 down, 4 down. Mike 55, Mike 55. Ready, green 90.
Gains his way to midfield. They're really putting a nice drive together right now.
And it seems right now this defense is having a hard time guessing what the offense is up to.
4 down, 4 down. Mike 55. Ready,
He gets out to about the 48-yard line.
Call it a gain of 2 yards. That makes it 2nd and 8.
This game's already shaping up to be a good one as we head to the second quarter. 7-3. Back to the action here in the second quarter. It's been a good one and a tight one at this point. Fires quickly, and he's got his man. And he's shoved out of bounds right around the 42-yard line.
That's a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
2 times, 2 times. 4 down, 4 down. Hey, check right, check right.
And they got him for a loss. There was just no daylight on that play, and the defensive lineman was the reason.
Well, that's one way to get involved in the game. Great stop in the backfield.
Red is back deep to return the punt.
He was able to deaden that kick perfectly, and he gives them a long field to work with.
Momentum swings have been fairly even, and with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just 1 or 2 plays. Quick throw to the tight end. Very good tackle in space.
Brings him down at the 18-yard line. That makes it 1st and 10.
They'll bring him down at about the 31. There's a flag down in the backfield, but I didn't see what happened.
Foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So the offense will move a little bit closer with that penalty. We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on their own 46. Makes it to the 44. This guy just made those 10 yards look easy.
Call it a gain of 10 yards. That'll make it 2nd and inches.
He fights forward to about the 43.
Call it a gain of 1 yard. First down.
Mike 3. Mike 3.
Slings it out there incomplete.
There was just no way anybody could catch up with that
Was
pass.
the intended receiver on the play. That makes it
Second down and 10 to go. Ball on the 43-yard line.
3 down. Mike 3. Mike 3. Combo.
Pressured and brought down. And for Thorne, what a year he's having. He now has 10 sacks on the season.
Boy, it takes a really special player to be able to consistently perform at such a high level week in and week out. It's been a great season for this guy.
Third down now. They need to get it down to the 33.
3 down. 3 down.
And a quick throw. And down he goes at the 41.
Call it a gain of 6 yards. That makes it 4th and 8.
Kicks up. And he missed it left. No good. Let's check in with Reese Davis in the studio.
Time to take you out to South Bend. And for Michigan, a potential upset in the making right now. And for Armstrong, he's barreled into the end zone for a touchdown. The Fighting Irish have the edge, 17-0, nearing the midway point.
I don't expect that score is going to hold, but boy, that would be an upset. With 1 quarter down, I really haven't seen too much separation between these two squads. Might be neck and neck the whole way. That's a great tackle at the 38-yard line.
You know, these backwards plays can have a psychological impact. It can damage a team's confidence if it keeps happening.
From their own 38-yard line, it's second down. Makes it out to about the 50.
Call it a gain of 12 yards. Third down.
He's got an opening. He's out of bounds at about the 33-yard line.
Call it a gain of 17 yards. First down.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Eat.
Makes it to the 24.
Gain of 9 yards. That makes it 2nd and 2.
Makes it out to about the 13.
Gain of 11 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
He's scrambling. They bring the quarterback down.
Sometimes it's just a relentless pass rush that results in a sack. That's what happened there.
So the sack makes this a 2nd and long. Brought down after a nice run up the middle.
That's a gain of 4 on the play. That makes it 3rd and 11.
And they got him. That's the 2nd time that he sacked their quarterback today.
You know, for the rest of the game now, he's going to be looking for this guy every time he drops back to pass. Let's see if that throws off his timing.
Fourth and long here after the sack. kicks away, and he nails the long field goal. Time for an update from the studio. Reese, what have you got?
Time to take a peek at what's going on in South Bend. This is a game we've been watching closely today. And for Michigan, we might have an upset percolating in this one. Notre Dame has the edge, 24-0.
People were predicting some upsets this week, but I'd be shocked if that score holds up. Woods ready to kick. Excellent kick. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Watkins' reputation really precedes him when you talk about how he can lead a team, but when you see him in person, you really feel it, Kirk.
It's a completely different feel when you watch him in person, and it has a lot to do with the intangibles that he brings to the table. I mean, there's examples here in his first half where he's been able to help his team, not just being able to throw the football or make good decisions, but just helping guys get back into the huddle, kind of patting guys on the back, trying to get this offense to believe in themselves, and almost just willing this team to a victory. So far, he's done all those things.
And he's taken down at the 47.
That's a gain of 8 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 2.
Two down. Mike 3, Mike 3.
He's taken down at the 43.
When you're an option quarterback, you get used to getting popped pretty quickly. He'll bounce right back up.
That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6 to go. Ball on the 43.
Two down. 0-0, Mike 3.
He's on the run. And they make the stop around the 48-yard line. Picks up 5 on the scramble. The Owls taking their first time out of the half. Gibson to punt. He drops it.
Well, that's exactly what happens when you take your eyes off the ball. Concentration for a return man is of the utmost importance.
In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Eat. There we go.
Slings it. And he snags that one. Inside the 30. He's tackled around the 9-yard line. The Owls are going to call their second timeout. So now it's 1st and goal after the big pass play. Nice run up the middle.
That's good for a gain of 7 yards. That brings up 2nd and goal.
And he's in the end zone. Touchdown. Nice run and a score by the halfback.
And a nice call by the coach there. Just give it to your main man anytime you're near the goal line.
And he hits the PAT. It was a quick 3-play, 84-yard drive, and a touchdown's a result.
Well, Brad, right now this offense is hot, and they also took advantage of some mistakes there by the defense.
So the score now, 13-7. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Watkins' play in the first half has been impressive, and that's the way he's played quarterback all season long and in this first half too. But right now he needs some help, Kirk, and I think he's about ready to go over the sideline and start kicking some fannies.
I think he better, Brad. I think you're right. He's playing well enough for this team to win, but unfortunately they're losing. They still have a lot of football left to go, and I'm with you. I think one way to try to get this team to turn it around is he's going to have to provide that leadership, maybe challenge him a little bit on the sideline, and definitely at halftime and try to get him ready to go in the second half.
From their own 25-yard line, it's 2nd down. Now he tries to buy some time. They bring him down.
With the quarterback sack. Call it a loss of 2 yards on the play. That brings up 3rd and 12.
Three down. 0-0, Mike 3. 6-4. Go.
Wants to go long and does. Missed him. Amos was the intended receiver on the play, so they couldn't pick up the long yardage, and now they'll have to punt.
The offense really had nowhere to go on that one. The play was very well defended, and now the incompletion will force the 4th down and a punt.
He punts it away, and it's a great kick. Whoa, he just took a licking.
Well, this is a very competitive game. Just when you think one team has gained the advantage or the momentum, the other team comes fighting back, and it's going back and forth. This is almost like a basketball game.
The offense will be hoping they can move the ball as well as they did on their last drive.
This offensive coordinator's got to be feeling so good about the execution that he's seeing from his quarterback and his wide receivers. Because, again, they put so much time into trying to put a plan together, and to be able to see that actually come into play makes you feel pretty good as a play caller.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
They're giving away
Automatic
3
first
yards
down.
and only making life easier for the guys on the other side of the ball.
1st and 10. Ball on the 31-yard line. Catches it and hit immediately for a loss. A loss of about 6.
Well, that's just a sound play by the defense. They dropped him well short of the line of scrimmage.
He scrambled, and he's going to come up with a sack. Well, we're headed to halftime now, and we're seeing 2 defenses that don't want to give an inch. The Owls in front by 6.
We've played 30 minutes. Glad to have you with us on the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. David Pollack and I here in the studio to break down everything that just happened in your game. Things are straight defensive out there right now. David, what do these 2 offenses have to do to open this game up?
Well, it's fun to watch because obviously I'm a defensive guy and I enjoy this. But when your defense is executed at that kind of level, the offense has to be precise. I mean, you got to throw it in tight windows. You got to be willing to take some chances that you normally wouldn't have. How about some trick plays, baby? I mean, when you're losing the battle in the trenches, you got to find some way to kind of even it out. Maybe get a little bit more options, some reverses, some double passes, something to loosen up this defense. Because right now, defenses are just winning out.
That's it for us here in the studio. What are you going to do in the second half while the game's going on?
Yeah, I'm going to kick back and watch all these monitors.
We'll keep you up to date on everything going on around the country. Right now, time for the second half with Brad and Kurt.
And we welcome you back to the action here, just about set for the second half. He sends this one deep. He's to the 20. He's taken down at the 25. So we're just about ready to return to action. Tackle at the 33-yard line.
Makes the tackle. Call it a gain of 8 yards. That makes it 2nd and 2.
4 down. Mike 55, Mike 55. Eat.
Tackle made at about the 41.
Gain of 8 on the play. 1st down.
Tight right. 4 down. Hey, check right.
He gets out to about the 42-yard line.
Gain of 1 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
He's at midfield, and he's tackled at the 48-yard line.
That's a gain of 10 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
Raymond takes it up the middle. And he carries the ball for a nice gain.
Gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Tight right. Pull down. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
Brought down right around the 44-yard line.
That is a loss of 3 yards. 3rd down.
3rd down now, and they need to get it down to the 38. Here's the handoff, and he's brought down right away.
Loss of 2 on the play. 4th down.
Fountain is waiting for the snap. This punt bounces into the end zone, and this will be a touchback.
I just love to watch this defense play. They've been flying all over the field today, making big play after big play. The crazy thing is, we still have such a close game despite how well they play.
This deficit can be easily overcome, sure. But they have to be thinking if they don't get something going on this series, the burden is going to be felt by their defense. And they got to him before he could get back to the line.
Loss of 3 yards on the play. That brings up 2nd and 13.
Second and 13. Ball on their own 17. He takes it right side for a good gain. The halfback picks up maybe 5 yards on the draw play.
That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Delivers to the halfback on the screen. He's to the 40. They'll bring him down at the 46-yard line.
Call it a gain of 24 yards. 1st down.
And he's sacked. There's sack number 4.
Well, he's being forced to make really quick decisions because he doesn't have any time to throw the ball. That's going to lead to turnovers.
They find themselves in a hole here after that sack. It's 2nd and long.
Mike 3. Go.
And he's level at the 45-yard line.
Gain of 8 yards. That makes it 3rd and 11.
Mike 3. Combo.
Throws it out right to the running back. And down he goes at the 49-yard line.
Gain of 4 yards. That'll make it 4th and 6.
This is a great punt blocking team, and it looks like they're going to try to get to this one. He's out to the 30. They'll bring him down at the 31-yard line. Both sides have made their way back out, and we're just about set to get going again. Up the middle for a nice gain.
Gain of 5 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 6.
He makes it to the 38-yard line.
Gain of 2 yards. That makes it 3rd and
3. And he's tackled after positive yardage.
That's good for a gain of 4 yards. 1st down.
Check. Tight right. Go out there. Check the outside there. Pull down.
They go right back to him, and he's got a lane. He makes it to the 45-yard line.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
And he's stopped behind the line.
That's a great play by the defense. There's nothing like a defense being able to slip off of a block, get into the backfield of the offense, and then make a play in the backfield to be able to create some momentum possibly for this defense.
3rd down, and they need to get it inside the 48. They go with a run, and he's going to be stopped short.
It's never good for a back's confidence to get tackled for a loss. But this guy knows that he's got to just keep at it, and the holes will start to open up.
Red back to return it. Brought down at the 32. Made a few guys miss on his way to a quality return. There's still plenty of time to keep running their offense as usual here. I don't think they need to feel any anxiety about trailing. He gets out to about the 35-yard line. McQueen gains around 3 yards on that draw play.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
He's going to try and scramble. And he's taken down at the 41.
Gain of 6 on the play. That'll make it 3rd and 1.
Three down. Mike 3.
He fights forward to about the 43.
That's good for a gain of 2 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
Complete pass and hit hard as he came down with it.
Call it a gain of 2 yards. That makes it 2nd and 8.
Three down. Mike 3.
He gets it out to about the 47-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 8 yards.
We're headed to the 4th quarter, and both of these defenses are still stealing the show. The Owls lead 13-7. All right, we're just about set to start action here again in the 4th quarter.
Three down. Mike 3.
Quick out to his receiver. He's taken down at the 43-yard line.
Gain of 4 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
Roger. Three down. 80's getting the ball.
Runs outside for a nice gain.
That's a gain of 4 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Three down. Mike 3. Check 3.
And he just gets rid of it. Fourth down, and the offense is still on the field.
Three down. Mike 3.
Gains his way to the 29-yard line.
Gain of 2 on the play. 1st down.
This is the 10th play of this drive.
Three down. Mike 3.
This one is batted away. They got to the quarterback a little late there.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Concentration
Automatic
lapse right
first
there.
down.
The coaches will be giving them an earful for it, too.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 14. Takes it up the middle for a nice run.
Ball carrier, gain of 5 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
Three down. Mike 3.
Brought down after a nice run up the middle.
That's a gain of 6 on the play. That makes it 1st and goal.
Now he's scrambling. And they make the stop around the 1 yard line.
Gain of 2 on the play. That brings up 2nd and goal.
Three down. Mike 3.
Touchdown, and we've got a tie ball game.
This is what an offensive lineman hopes for. An opportunity to impose his will on the defense.
Trying to take the lead. Here's the extra point. He splits the uprights with the extra point. Let's go to the studio for this Reese Davis update.
The Wolverines were ranked number 2. After that performance, how far will they fall? So you went into this game thinking it was going to be an easy W? Better think again. We've got an upset brewing. Notre Dame gets the win 31-7.
Wow, what an upset. I'm not sure anybody would have predicted that one. The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. Sends it sailing downfield. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. The Owls have just not been able to get that offense rolling at all today.
I think they're confused. I think it starts up front with the offensive line. They're not having the typical game that you'd expect to see from them as far as communication. I think it's affected the rest of the offense.
Both teams realize that when the ball is snapped, we're one play away from a very different ball game. Complete. He's got room. He steps out around the 41-yard line. The quarterback really took a shot after the play, and I'll bet that's what this flag is for.
Man, that was close.
Still first
It looked
down.
like his momentum just carried him to the quarterback.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 44. He's tackled at the 31.
That's a gain of 13 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
Nice run, and he's brought down.
That's a gain of 7 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Mike 55. Right there. 55.
And he's tackled right away. A flag came out after the ball was thrown. Let's see what this
Personal
is.
foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So the offense will move a little
Still
bit
first
closer
down.
with that penalty. It's 1st down, and they'll be looking for 6 points here.
Mike 55.
And he hits him hard at the 2-yard line.
Carey makes the tackle at the 2-yard line. That brings up 2nd and goal.
Touchdown, and now they're in front.
Great job of finding the space to run and just bursting in for 6.
And they're looking to get 2 points here. And they get the 2. Woods has his kick team lined up, and he is set to kick this one off. Nice kick, plenty of distance. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. You know this is a real crucial time in the game. It could still go either way. He's going to air it long. And he's immediately tackled. He gets out to about the 38-yard line.
That's a gain of 2 on the play. That brings up 2nd and 9.
He scrambles. And he tackles him hard at the 32-yard line. Watkins gets 6 yards after taking it himself.
3rd down.
He gets out to about the 14-yard line.
1st down.
Completes it, but he can't shake the defense.
That's a gain of 5 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
The lineman got a little ahead of the snap count. Here's the call.
False start, offense.
Sometimes what happens on a false start is a lineman will see
Still
movement
second
on
down.
the other side of the ball and be coaxed into jumping early.
From the 14-yard line, it's 2nd down. Well, they run it left, and a nice tackle right there.
Did you see how that big defensive line got such a good push on that play? That's exactly why they were able to stop him for a loss.
Screen pass. He's got his halfback. And it pays off. Touchdown. Hold everything, folks. There's a marker down. Let's get the
Personal
call.
foul, roughing the passer, defense.
This team has so many potent weapons. It's tough to try to single out just one of them to stop.
Here comes the kicker to try to tie this game up. And he adds the extra point. So that's a 7-play, 79-yard drive. And they get it in for 7.
Brad, I thought the offense did a really nice job of mixing up the play calling on that drive. I thought the defense was on its heels most of the drive because of the versatility of the offense.
And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback.
Boy, this is turning into a shootout here. Now, remember, the last time we saw this offense out in the field, they answered the bell and scored a touchdown. Can they do that now a second time?
The offense will be hoping they can move the ball as well as they did on their last drive.
This offensive coordinator's got to be feeling so good about the execution that he's seeing from his quarterback and his wide receivers. Because, again, they put so much time into trying to put a plan together, and to be able to see that actually come into play makes you feel pretty good as a play caller.
Penalty marker down in the backfield. Might be a holding
Personal
call.
foul, roughing the passer, defense.
He was a step too late, and he knows
First
it.
down.
He'll learn not to make those kinds of mistakes.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 40-yard line. Makes the catch, and he's got nowhere to go.
Diggs brings him down at the 43-yard line. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
Less than 3 minutes in the game. Fires quickly to the tight end. And he's tackled at the 46.
Reception. Carry on the tackle at the 46-yard line. That makes it 1st and 10.
Brought down at the 36.
That's how we do, D. That's how we do. They don't want to know. They don't want none of this.
1st down.
Here we go. Here we go. Tight right. Tight right.
passes out to the tailback on the screen. Knocked out of bounds around the 32-yard line. There's a flag down in the backfield, but I didn't see what happened.
Roughing the passer, defense.
And the defense gives up some free yards to the offense.
You know, penalties can ruin a team's chances to win if they commit too many.
From the 17-yard line. First down.
Here we go. Wide 80. Wide. Motion.
And he is drilled at the 13-yard line.
The tackle, gain of 4 yards. That makes it 2nd and 6.
Tight right. Pull down. Here we go. I got 29. Let's go.
Fires across the middle. Tackle made at about the 5-yard line.
Call it a gain of 8 yards. That makes it first
and goal as they look to take the lead. Just over a minute left. Laterals back. They'll bring him down at the 5. And the halfback's got nowhere to go.
Just a great job here by the defender of timing the hit and getting him down.
It's the 9th play of the drive. Tackle at about the 3-yard line. A yard, maybe 2 on the carry.
2 yards. That makes it 3rd and goal.
And it pays off. Touchdown. You got to think the way that offense dug deep to get the lead here this late in the 4th quarter, that might translate over and give enough emotion to their defense to win the football game. And he converts the extra point. An 8-play, 72-yard drive, and the result, 7 points.
Brad, I thought that was a textbook drive. I thought they did a really good job of showing balance, mixing the play calling with the run and the pass. Just an overall well-executed touchdown drive.
This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. These guys came up with a touchdown on their last drive, and they'll be hoping for another 6 on the board here.
And it was a really nice drive, too, Brad. The quarterback got into a nice rhythm and did a good job of picking apart the defense.
And he can't get away from the pressure.